Okay, so we've finished writing our code, or we've done some code, and we've gotten to a major milestone that we want to save. So it's time to go ahead and commit this to the repository. And I should stop and say here, don't wait until you've got everything finished to put your code in the repository. The whole point of having a GitHub repository using Git at all is that you can save your work anytime you reach any kind of significant milestone that you might want to go back to. So when in doubt, go ahead and make a commit. It doesn't even have to work. Commit early, commit often. And in fact, I will grade you on this, whether you use Git effectively, whether you make lots of commits and describe what you're doing, or whether you just make one huge commit at the end. Okay, so here we are, and I can use the command git status to see what files have been changed. So in this case, the two problem1 files have been edited because I've been working on problem 1. And I also have this problem1 binary sitting there. So I want to add these two files, and I'm going to commit them in one change set. So I can go git add problem1, problem1.c, and problem1, test problem1.c. Okay, so now if I do git status, it says that these two files are marked as changes that will be committed, but have not been committed yet. So Git allows you to add files one at a time or in groups to be committed, and then make a commit, which is going to mark all of those as being in the repository, or all of those changes now being committed to the repository. So I can now type git commit, and then it drops you into this commit window where you can type in an edit message. And this is just a Vim window, so since you already know how to use Vim, you're in good shape. So just type I, and I can explain what I'm doing. So I have the simple solution to problem 1, print 3. Okay, and then I close that. And it will give you this information about your username and your email address if you haven't done this already. So you can go ahead and change that if you'd like, then recommit as it describes. In this case, I'm just going to forge on. So now if I do git log, you can see the two commits that have been made in the repository. So there was the starter code originally, and that will have my name on it, regardless of who you are. And then you should have a commit with your name, with whatever you just added. And now if I type git status one more time, there are no files here that have been modified, but it says my branch is ahead of origin master by 1 commit, which means that my code on this computer is ahead of the version on GitHub by 1 commit. There's 1 commit locally that isn't on the server. So to take that 1 commit and push it to the server, I'll do git push. And if SSH is all set up, then it doesn't have to ask you for your password or anything, and you should get a message that it's complete. Okay. Now we can just switch over to GitHub, and if I refresh the page, we can see that there's now another commit, and I can click on here where it says 2 commits, and I can see those changes. So you can browse the changes locally with the command line, or you can browse them on GitHub. Often GitHub has a much more convenient interface. In the next video, I'll show you how to take this code and submit it for grading on Gradescope.